What's going on, y'all? This is Dana Poe Jr., Master Executive Aide, and I'm gonna try to make this quick because I'm in a public area, not necessarily the most secluded place. A lot of people walking by, a lot of things going on in the background. So I'm gonna try to keep it as quick as possible. I'm gonna start out with my personal experience. As you can see from the title of this video, is how do I know when my energy is blocked? And you'll know your energy is blocked when you start to release it. Like when it starts to release, that's how you know you was blocked up in that area. Like I experienced this. I had like two downloads yesterday. Like the one was so yesterday, when we talk about fasting, like the actual definition of fasting is basically when you refrain from eating like all food for a certain period of time. I think that could be applicable to anything. Like you can fast from TV, you can fast from sex, you can fast from a lot of things. So yesterday I did like more of a fast where I really did nothing but drink water, eat fruit, mainly just bananas and apples, and like drink juice. Like I had like 2 juices, and that was pretty much it. So it was sort of a fast. I'm not gonna say it was a complete but it was a fast from no cigarettes. Like I said, I used to sometimes smoke me 1 cigarette a day. None of that. No spilling of my seed. Just pretty much, man. I should have did a video on it, but there was a Lionsgate portal that opened up a few days ago. So hopefully, whether or not you were in tune or not, you're affected by that portal. Hopefully you knew about it and you intentionally manifested something. And I can't even say I necessarily intentionally had something in mind. No, I did. But anyway, yesterday I kind of did a fast. I, like I said, did nothing but eat fruit and drink juices. Just like something real simple, like a kale with apples, strawberries. Like that's pretty much the juice. And I experienced more energy, and even when I went down this, I felt a little tired, so laid down thinking I was going to fall asleep, and I was still laying there, and I was yo, I'm I still got energy. I wasn't used to having more energy, and that's when I realized that we don't lack energy. We just have blockages. And the minute that you remove the blockages, you release the energy that you already have. So it's not like you get more energy. You just release the energy that you already have by removing blockages. So, of course, my mind, what it starts to do is it starts to ping off that. That's a ping, and it'll start getting more information off that. And then I had another download yesterday about forgiveness. And, real, complete forgiveness, really just so if anybody did anything in the past, really forgiving them for it. If you think of something that somebody might have did to you and you still hold feelings of, man, this person this and this person that, you haven't forgiven them. A complete total forgiveness is, say you have a memory of something somebody did, oh, I forgive them. Oh, don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? And then even deeper than that is the forgiveness for yourself. Because most of the time when I'm reflecting on things that happened to me in the past, I'm thinking, after I finish being mad at everybody else, then I come back to myself. And then I start beating myself up because I'm man, how didn't I see that coming? Man, why didn't I take the time to really get to know this person? Man, why did I F that money up? And it's just now you realize the real, complete, full forgiveness is for yourself. You got to forgive yourself for all of the whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? just, you know, all right, yeah, I messed that money up. You know what? It's cool. I'll get it right next time. Now I know what to do. All right, yeah, you know, that relationship that didn't work out. You know, I didn't really be with the person long enough to judge their character. Like, I didn't really, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just start taking responsibility. You know what I mean? You have compassion with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't beat yourself up. If you're still alive and you're still breathing, that means you still have another chance to get it right. But you have to completely and fully forgive yourself. If you're still harboring any thoughts towards anyone about anything, you are not forgiven, and that unforgiveness is blocking you. That unforgiveness is blocking you from receiving what's already yours. And one way to just do that real, man, I find this really simple, is just I like to use the Our Father prayer out of the Bible. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the Our Father prayer pretty much covers everything. You know what I mean? And one of the things it covers is forgive me of my sins, forgive me of my debts, as I forgive others other debtors, other people's debts. So, like, just in that one statement right there, you're saying, I forgive myself for whatever karmic debt I've heaped upon myself, and I forgive others for any karmic debt they heap because of whatever they did to me. You know what I mean? So it's like, and this is a constant, ongoing thing. You have to do this every time. Like, this is what it means when it says praying without ceasing. Like, and this is just one part of it. You know, we're always praying regardless, just meaning our intentions are always doing something. So it's up to us to just be mindful of what we're praying for, because worrying is a form of prayer, anxiety is a form of prayer. So you're always praying without ceasing. So, like, now it's just a matter of being more intentional about what's going on. So yeah, those two things, man. And I'm gonna make 2 separate videos about that, forgiveness and as well as diet. You know what I mean? How something as simple as going on a juice fast for a day, or just we eat nothing but fruits and vegetables fast for a day, drink water for a day, will start to release energy. Yoga. So a lot of the times, and these are mainly physical things, but they also affect you on a spiritual level as well, right? So I've noticed, like, especially today, like, man, I felt so much fire, like, in my back, to the point to where, like, I had to release certain poses because it was literally too hot. I never felt it this hot before. Like, the fire is getting hotter and hotter. You know what I mean? But, you know, knowing me, I'm like, all right, let's see how much hot I can take. You know what I mean? Because what I feel like is going to happen is it's going to start to come farther and farther up my back. Like, I can feel it, like, in my lower back moving up. Like, it's moving up. It's crazy. It was the craziest feeling in the world. It's moving up. So like, even in your physical body, like, when you think about how tight your body is, when you start to do certain poses, you start to release that energy. Like, you're releasing the energy that was already there. You know what I mean? You're releasing blockages that were already there. Breathing also does that. I incorporate breathings with my exercise. And then one part of it is literally just sitting in silence, like, where I'm not thinking about anything. I'm not even trying to move, like, you know. And I'm a beginner at all of this, but, like, the more you do something, the better you get. So anyway, let me move on into some of the stuff that, you know, because usually after I get these downloads, you know, I could just give y'all information straight off the download, but I try to go and get a little bit more for y'all to help you guys out, because not everybody's me, not everybody has the same blockages, and people can get healed different ways. So, you know, then I went to look it up about energy blockages, right? And I came into Reiki healing. I mean, now everybody, if you're watching this video, I know you've heard of Reiki. Reiki is basically a form of energy healing. It's almost like similar to a massage therapist, but just think of them as like a energy therapist, right? So um, so basically, the philosophy is that energy and emotions that haven't been compressed or dealt with, they cause blockages in our ki. I mean, your ki or your chi is just basically your prana. It's the energy that flows throughout your body, right? And it's the acceptance of the negative energy that we have towards others that keeps us blocked. So illness and physical injury can even result from these blockages, right? So a Reiki practitioner, their job is to assist you in raising your vibration. Similar to how a massage therapist would work a muscle around a knot, you would have a Reiki healer. They would stimulate the energy around a block to free it up. So once the energetic knot is worked out, the ki can then flow freely throughout the body. So like as I was reading this, I was like, all right, cool. Like my download, now I have somebody else verifying that like the forgiveness, you know what I'm saying, and even the changing of the diet can start to release some of this blocked up energy. So and then sure enough, as I kept reading on, she mentioned some ways that you could assist yourself, some self-help techniques to free up these blockages. She said that these energy blocks are usually caused, I'm paraphrasing, I didn't put word for word. These energy blocks are caused from repressed emotions deep down. And boom, when I heard that, I heard shadow work. I have a few videos on my channel, Master Executive 8, on shadow work, with resources as well that you guys can check out to if you want to do that. Because they help you deal with suppressed emotions based on the Toltec traditions. So some of these events that trauma stems from can be recent or from when we were children. So then she went on to talk about like some of the symptoms of energy blocks, and as I glimpsed at it, like I was like, yup, substance abuse, increase in unhealthy eating habits, feeling stuck in your life, similar to blockages of energy, negative behavior patterns, as well as depression, procrastination surrounding a certain issue. Then she goes on to talk about like once an emotion is revealed, you have to surrender to feeling it. And that experience of the repressed emotion can be painful, but it's temporary, you know what I'm saying? If you can get past the discomfort, you'll feel better. And then she also refers to other forms of healing, like therapy, and then the physical things that you can do as well. Clean diet, boom. So like that kind of confirmed what, my download was. Even though, like, don't get me wrong, my downloads need no confirmation, but I like to do this because, hey, look, to tell you the truth, I'll even question myself. I might be wrong. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm still working on doing that. That's another blockage that I'm working on, is listening and hearing people out without immediately saying this person doesn't know what they're talking about, or why are they always talking about me, or blah blah blah, and just being able to listen. You know what I'm saying? Without judgment. Just being able to listen. Even if they are talking about you, like, man, even if they are talking about you, like, so what? If you can just listen, you know what I mean? Pick up on something that's useful. Just, just being able to listen without being offended, you know what I mean, is a blockage in itself. Listening and being offended while you're listening to somebody is a blockage in itself. You have to free yourself from that. You got to detach from that ego of this person is coming at me. You know what I mean? Like, and there's levels to that. I mean, sometimes like you need to check people. You need to let them know what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that we shouldn't set up boundaries. I'm just saying we shouldn't be emotionally affected by what people say so much to the point to where we can't even hear what they're saying. You know what I mean? So, right, talks about cleaning your diet, talks about exercise, and then she also mentioned compassion. And like as I was reading, I had a a clue to stop on that word compassion. So what is compassion? Compassion is a feeling of deep sympathy. Make sure my mic is turned up. I know it's kind of too late for that, but let's just make sure. All right, my mic is all the way up. Hopefully you guys are hearing me. But basically, compassion is a feeling of deep sympathy and sorrow for another who is stricken by misfortune, accompanied by a strong desire to alleviate the suffering. And the compassion, the word origin for it is from the Old French from the 14th century, from the late Latin compassio, feeling from compati, and it means to suffer with, from the Latin com, which means with, pati, which means to bear or to suffer. So it's with bearing or with suffering. So the origin of another origin of compassion, like I said, from 1300s to 1350s, Middle English, from the Anglo-French, from the late Latin compassion. You know, it's made from two words. The first word is calm. The second word is passion. So that first word, calm, means with or together or in association with or completely or occurring. Right. So it basically means together or with. And the word passion means any powerful or compelling emotion or feeling, such as love or hate. Any strong amorous feeling or desire, a strong sexual desire or lust. So an instance or experience of strong love or sexual desire, a person towards whom one feels strong love and sexual desire, a strong and extravagant fondness, enthusiasm or desire for anything. So we should come together and have a strong feeling of love or desire for ourselves, a strong feeling, a powerful or a strong feeling of love for oneself. You know what I'm saying? We should come together with that strong feeling of love for oneself. That's basically what compassion is, and for others, but first with self. And remember, I love the second part of it, because it's not only that coming together and having a strong love for it, but it's also accompanied by a strong desire to alleviate the suffering. So we're not just going to sit there and suffer. You know what I mean? We're going to have that strong love for ourselves, see the suffering, and then we're going to do something about it. You know, and so next I'm going to a few tips that that she recommended, the Reiki healer recommended, to help with that. You know, I named some of mine in the beginning. So first, the blocks. We're going to go into 5 blocks, and then 5 ways you clear up these blocks. So the first block, is suppressing emotions and trauma. We have to express and release the negative emotions. It's important to our well-being on all levels. If we don't, they'll resurface and turn inwards towards us. And this is going to be very brief, guys. I'm going to go through these 5 very brief. One way of dealing with this is to breathe. When dealing with these emotions, breathe deeply. One simple breathing technique is just to breathe in and out very deeply 5 to 10 times when you're dealing with these emotions. That'll help you release the tension and anxiety associated with the emotion. The next one is, the next blockage is denying your true self. Okay, so most of us, we're programmed to be who we are. You know what I'm saying? We can lead lives based on these programs, never really coming into the knowing of our true selves. So one way to deal with this block is to take some time to get to know yourself. Spend some time with yourself. You know, pull out a sheet of paper and write down what your values are, what your dreams are. Reflect on them. You know, write down what matters to you. You know what I'm saying? And like what this exercise will do is just start to bring to the surface what really matters to you. You know, all those things that you're writing down, your subconscious mind, your mind will start to work. So the next thing is prioritizing your needs last. So that man, I used to do this a lot. This comes from people pleasing activity, where we put other people's before ourselves. We're sitting there suffering, and we're putting other people's needs before ourselves. So prioritizing your needs last. This comes a lot from being programmed to be a people pleaser. You put everyone else's needs above your own so much that you end up being deprived in the long run. It's actually time for you to get selfish. Start doing things to take care of yourself more. Find out what makes you happy and do more of that. All right. Now, she had a lot more, to say about all of these tips, but I just wanted to keep it short. I wanted to share more of my personal experience, but I'll refer to this because this is coming from a professional who works in that field, who does Reiki healing, who deals with energetic blocks. But you can do a lot of blocks on your own. If Reiki healing is something that you're into, go see a Reiki healer. I'm pretty sure you can go right on Google, just type in Reiki healing, find somewhere in your area to do that, or maybe some sort of online program or something. Another one is allowing other people's energy to overcome your own. This can happen when you don't have any clear boundaries and when you allow the projections of others to become your own. This happens a lot to people who are very empathetic. They take on the energy of others around them, and you have to be careful to set up boundaries and only allow energy into your field that's beneficial to you. You may take on negative energy that isn't even yours because of having no boundaries. So this leads me to my next point. Make sure it's not you that's the one that's projecting onto others, because this will happen once you begin to know yourself, because then you can feel when it's your negative thoughts that are being projected on the others and making you feel drained in the process. So stay grounded. If you find your mind starting to wander off, use affirmations to bring it back into a centered state. Use breath. If it's somebody outside projecting you, it's not necessarily your job to bring them to their center. Like, that's one thing to keep in mind. It's not your job. You know what I mean? It's not your job. It's your job to stay centered. You know what I'm saying? And by keeping your center, others around you will keep theirs. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you make it your job, you know what I mean? Like, how this Reiki healer has a practice in doing it. Do it in that way. You know what I mean? And don't find yourself, like, being drained because you're trying to give to everybody without putting yourself first. All right? So, yeah, and just avoid those people if you have to, man. Like, it's some people's situations. Like, for instance, like I said, when it comes to marijuana, that's just one thing that I just have to stay away from. Like, when I start, like, I just can't stop. Now, don't get me wrong. Like, lately, it's been a little bit different. Like I said, I smoked a couple of months ago, and I didn't really have the need for it after that, but. Still, like, I just stay away from it, and that's just me, because I just know how I am. I know myself. I mean, so I just stay away from certain things. And the last one is becoming your diagnosis. You're not what's wrong with you, right? Like, you're not a victim. You know what I'm saying? So whatever the issue is in your life, you have the power to change it. You know what I'm saying? You're full of energy, you're healthy, you already have everything you want to need. You just have to remove the blockages in a way that's keeping you from living to your fullest potential. By you removing them, by having compassion with yourself. Remember, compassion is the recognizing of suffering and a strong desire to alleviate it. So if you have the recognition, the awareness that you're suffering, and then you also have the strong desire to alleviate it for yourself, then you can do it. I mean, just having that means you can do it. All right. That's it, man. That's all I got for y'all. You can use some of these tips today. Start doing that for yourself. Remember, you are the master executive of your life. You know what I mean? My job is to help you make better decisions that take you closer to source, closer to your higher self, closer to your best possible version of yourself. You are the master executive of your life. I'm here to help you make executive decisions. Good executive decisions. All right, y'all. This is Dana Poole Jr., Master Executive 8. I'm out.